cursive lines, and I need the help. I miss the shelter of knowing nothing else.
According to Muhyi al-Muhtaj, Aurat refers to any part of the body that is prohibited from being revealed to other men or women. It could also be defined as any part of the body which are obligated to be covered. Khatib al-Shafidi said, Aurah is anything that is prohibited to be seen. Based on the Naqli evidence, the Quran and the Hadith, Allah said in Surah An-Nur verse 31, which means they should not display their beauty and ornaments except what must ordinarily appear thereof, that they should draw their veils over their bosom. And that is hadith narrated by Abu Daud. According to the tradition of the Prophet from Aisha radhiyallahu anha, that Asma has entered the house of the Prophet Muhammad, and on his thin clothes, then he turned away from him and said, "O Asma, women who have reached puberty cannot be seen from this except that this," and while he showed his face and hands in. This condition should be made to fulfill the requirement of covering the aurah between Muslim males and females. According to Muslim scholars, the part of the body of a man that need to be covered are between the navel and the knee, while for women, they need to cover their entire body except their face and their palms.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nabila Shazana binti Kamaruzi, and now I want to talk about the importance of covering our aurah. First, we will feel safe when we are covering our aurah. Allah asks us, men and women, to cover their aurah because Allah loves us. By obeying the order of covering the aurah, we will bring safety in life. We have oppressed ourselves and harmed others because of not covering our aurah. Such the secret of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful. When He commands or forbids something, it must have benefits, even though sometimes it is beyond the reach of the human mind. Believe me, Allah loves His servants more than a mother loves her child. When a mother loves her children, she will control her children from doing something that could be harmful. Although that something is very harmful, it is still very much liked by the children. For example, the child who is crawling to the edge of the stairs will be pulled by his mother. He will cry if stopped. Why? The child's mind cannot reach his mother's worries. The child only knows how to play without knowing and realizing the danger compared to his mother. Similar to the prohibition of exposing the aurah, there must be benefits, although we do not know what is it actually. The believer will not doubt any law from Allah, whether it is obligatory or forbidden, except by saying Sami'na wa ata'na. Therefore, if we profess to be believers, obey every command of Allah. He wants security and happiness for His servants. Is it if we cover our aurah we are guaranteed to be safe? Covering the aurah can be like wearing a helmet. Helmets are very much related to the safety of the life of motorcyclists, while covering the aurah is related to the safety of religion and dignity. Both are very important things in Islam because it involves life, religion and dignity. Well, if this comparison is acceptable, try to ponder this. Is there a time when a helmet cannot save the life of the motorcyclist? Yes, I am sure there are, because they are not following other rules. The same goes for the aurah. Wanting to maintain dignity and morals is not enough by just wearing a headscarf or proper attire. There are other things that are more important. For example, controlling our behavior, being careful in speech, and controlling our eyesight. Other than that, covering aurah can prevent skin cancer that caused by the UV light from the sun. Lastly, I just want to say, be patient in covering our aurah.
Hi, I'm Husna and I will continue the topic about aurah versus fashion. Islam does not forbid women and men to fashion or wear beautiful clothes with a variety of designs. It is not wrong for them to choose and wear fashionable clothes, but it must realize in covering the aurah perfectly and in accordance with the guideline of the Sharia. The concept of fashion according to the Islamic perspective for women: first, clothing must cover the body except for the face and the wrist of palms. Second, the clothing must be thick, not too thin, and comfortable to wear. Third, the clothing are loose and not too tight. Fourth, the clothing should not resemble the opposite gender. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids men to resemble women or women to resemble men. Fifth, the clothing does not resemble non-Muslim clothing, including in matters of worship, customs, dress, and ethics in life. The dress is not meant to attract the attention of people, such as the clothes that have an extreme combination of color diversity, also not to take off the headscarf so that the necklace, earrings, and neck cannot be revealed. In Surah Al-A'raf, verse 26, Allah affirms that, "Indeed, we have sent down to you the materials for clothing to cover your shame, and costume, jewelry, and clothing of piety that is the best. If so, this can be called as tabarruj, which means displaying accessories and beauty. The use of perfumes just to clean themselves from unpleasant smells." And now, the concept of fashion according to the Islamic perspective for men. Clothing must cover the aurah between the navel to the knee. Do not lengthen the clothing to below the heel, or we call as isbal. The clothing must be thick, not too thin. The clothes are loose and not too tight until shape the curves of the body. The clothing should not resemble to the opposite gender. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids men to resemble women or women to resemble men. Narrated from Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, the Prophet cursed men who imitate as women and women imitate as men. The dress does not resemble a non-Muslim clothing. Narrated from Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, Rasulullah said, "He who imitates any people in their actions is considered to be one of them." 7. The dress is not meant to attract the attention of people. 8. Do not wear clothing with pictures of living beings. 9. Not wearing gold jewelry and silk clothes. 10. Lengthen the beard and shorten the mustache. And 11. Wear fragrance in moderation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najwa Fahimah binti Shukri, metric number 1710106. Okay, so today I will share about current issues regarding topic covering aurah. Okay, there is two interesting issues that I will share in this video. Firstly is about covering aurah in media social, and secondly is about the athlete that is successfully covering their aurah during the sport competition. Okay, as we all know, nowadays all of us currently have their own media social such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp and so on. Okay, actually it is not harmful to have all the media social as long as we can control the usage and beware the risk of using those media social. Okay, but the thing that we should be more careful when using those media social is by carefully choosing the photos that we can post it up and the photos that we should not post it up. Okay, what is the criteria of photos that's safe to be uploaded through media social? There is 3 requirements that we should check up before we uploading any photos. Okay, firstly, the photos must be Sharia compliant. when we uploading the photos with our friend, the photos with our family, the photos of ourselves, we should make sure the photos is Sharia compliant, which means that the veil must be fully covering our chest and our arms were fully covered with our sleeve, our long sleeve. If our sleeve is short, we should wear the hand sock so it will be fully covered. Okay, then our feet must be we must wear socks so it will cover our feet. Okay, and we must make sure our the shirt or blouse that we wear must be loose so it will not show our shape of our body. Okay, secondly, before we uploading any photos, we should make sure that our photos that we post is not tabaruj. That means that we must be modest in our fashion. Okay, we should not wear something that can attract people more, something that extremely will seek people attention. Okay, thirdly, before we uploading any photos, we should make sure that photos is do not contain any act to seek people attention. It must be normally like do not extremely acting to seek people attention. Okay, because in Islam we learn that all the Muslim must have shyness in ourselves, al-haya, because al-haya is part of our iman. So the al-haya will control our behavior, our action, from doing something that will extremely wrong. Okay. Secondly, the current issues regarding the athletes that successfully covering their aurah during sport competition. Okay, we can learn from these three idols how they make Islam as their way of life by practically practice Islam even in sport competition. Okay, firstly we have Ibtihal Muhammad, which is an American Muslimah. She is a sword fighter. During the competition of sword fight, she still maintain her veil, during the competition. Okay, secondly we have Zahra Laki, which is an Muslimah from Aurah Saudi. She is an ice skater. Also, she maintain her modest clothes during the sport competition by wearing hijab, by covering all the aurah that she must cover. Okay, thirdly, someone that is close to us, the Malaysian football player, his name was Syahmi Safari, from squad Harimau Malaya. What is interesting about him is when playing football, he cover her aurah, starting from the leg part. Okay, that usually the other football player do not cover the part.
Other than that, Islam actually celebrates human nature that loves beauty. But keep in mind, it does not contradict the teachings of Islam. Simplicity in all things, including in dressing, is part of faith.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Razmi Abdul Aziz with metric number 1712214. So what I'll be talking about today is pertaining to aurah versus parts. So in general, Islam promotes good health and fitness, and also encourage both men and women to engage in physical activities to maintain healthy lifestyles. However, there are aspects of the religion which affect how sports can be practiced. For example, women following their religion, which cannot engage in mixed gender sports, and also the environment and dress code also requires consideration. So, due to religious misinterpretations or simply a lack of awareness, many Muslim women have been prevented or felt not able to participate in sports. And for many, apprehension to participate stems from fear of being discriminated or of facing negative attitudes from service providers in relation to their religious and also cultural needs. So this is basically a challenge, especially for Muslim women who live abroad in a non-Muslim country. So sport and physical activity providers need to respect religious difference, because this is especially important for Muslim women as they are often overlooked by providers and discriminated against on the grounds of religion and cultural beliefs. So religious and cultural barriers make it difficult for Muslim women to participate in sport, as people are often lacking sensitivity or understanding of their requirements around clothing, privacy, basically aurah. Hence, the Muslim faith itself should not be seen as a barrier to participation, as Islam presents a positive outlook towards health and well-being. However, Islam does require that certain practices and procedures are followed. So I guess that is all for me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
As a conclusion, I learned that by making effort covering our aurah and practice what Allah has told us to follow can make us a noble person in the eyes of Allah and can make us closer to Allah. That's all. Thank you.